now, we're live. Yes, live from Jay's place, and we're talking
Barbershop Talk.
Yes, Barbershop Talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. Barbershop Talk.
Come on, everybody. We're here at Jay's place.
Barbershop.
We're talking Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Where nothing's off limits.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Everything's on the table.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Everything's on the table.
Barbershop Talk Live. We are live here at Jay's Place Barbershop. How you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you. Listen, I'm so happy that you're tuning in to another special edition of Barbershop Talk Live. It's each and every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. So listen, thank you for tuning in. You got time. You do have some time to call your friends, neighbors, church members, your enemies. Tell them to tune in to Barbershop Talk Live because we're going to have a good conversation tonight with our special guest, Miss Ceretta Smith. She's got some stuff that you need to know about. You need to hear about. You need to be a part of. So listen, Barbershop Talk Live world, glad you're here. Listen, before we get into our conversation with our special guest tonight, I got to give some shots out. I got to give out some shots. I got to give out some hugs. I got to give out some high fives to the people that put this program together. You don't know it, but you got to see them sometime. I'm going to tell you about my good friend, Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Butter, right here in Augusta, Georgia. If you haven't seen this product, this lady, shame on you. Listen, Demetrius Johnson has a product called Beverly's Body Butter, Whipped Scented Shea Butter, right here in Augusta, Georgia. Right here, listen, locally homegrown. She got many different flavors: coconut, peach, island paradise, tropical paradise, and strawberry. I urge you, I'm telling you, get this product. Call at 706-564-5335. Again, that's 706-564-5335. If you got TikTok, guess what? She got TikTok. Hit her up on TikTok. Melon Queen 1976. Again, that's Melon Queen 1976. My girl Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Butter. CSRA, I heard you. I heard your complaints. I see you complaining. I know what you're complaining about. You are complaining about your yard being maintained. You are complaining about your trees need to be cut down. You are complaining about your pond need to be maintained. You are complaining about some old-fashioned demolition work. So guess what? Call my good friend Alan Odom, pond maintenance right here in Augusta, Georgia. His number is 706-294-8493. Again, that number is 706-294-8493. No more complaining. Just give him a call. Great service, great price, and you will not be disappointed. Again, that's my good friend Alan Odom with pond maintenance right here in Augusta, Georgia. Right here, specializing in demolition, tree removal, pond maintenance. If you need just an old-fashioned grass cut, call him up. 706-294-8493. That's my good friend Alan Odom. You will love his service and the price. Also, Barbershop Talk Live world, are you ready? Are you getting ready? Are you getting ready? You better get yourself ready because April the 18th will be here before you know it. April the 18th gonna be here before you know it. What am I talking about? The old school 70s party, boy. We gonna act a fool after the 18th at Augusta Common. So please, ma'am, please, sir, get your Afro wigs, get your bell bottoms, get your stacks, but most of all, get your tickets. Get your tickets, go to Angelic Community Resource or go to Eventbrite. We're going to have a good old funky good time in the name of HIV awareness, HIV testing. So this is another HIV fundraiser that Angelic Community Resource is putting together. Barbershop Talk Live is putting it together. Also, my good friend Alan Odom is our special sponsor. I'm telling you, you want to see Lakeside? No, I'm sorry. You want to see Zap? Got to be more careful. It's going to be a great show. Do you want to see Tony Howard? Do you want to see Tony Howard and the Motowners? Why not? Come on down and see Krista Menigo and the Vibe Theory. April the 18th, Augusta Common. Get your tickets. We got VIP available. Barbershop Talk Live world, I'm urging you, I'm telling you, get your tickets because you want to have your face in the place. Best dress contest with the ladies and also with the men. April the 18th, Saturday, Augusta Common. Get yourself ready for this old school 70s party. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Barbershop Talk Live World again. Don't forget about my good friend Gene's Tasty Treats. Gene Tasty Treats, one of our sponsors, one of our persons behind the scene that put this program together. Listen, he got skins. He got, oh man, he got so much stuff. You would not be disappointed. Follow him. Follow him. It's 305 is the phone number, 706-305-3606. Call him. You need a birthday party, he will be there for the birthday party. You need a wedding, he'll be there for the wedding. He also does funerals.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. You never know. But give him a call. Again, that's my good friend, Mr. Gene, Tasty Treats, Barbershop Talk Live World. Those are your announcements. As the old folks say, govern yourselves accordingly. But I'm telling you, put it all on your calendar. Make sure you'll have your face in the place. And don't forget about what's coming up. This is the time to make your voice known. Vote. Vote. As I always say, you didn't come to see my pretty face. You didn't come to see my Kool-Aid smile. You come to see who's in the hot seat tonight. You come to see the guest that's going to be in the hot seat. Let you know what's happening in your state. Who am I talking about? My good friend, Miss Ceretta Smith. Barbershop Talk Live World, none other than Miss Ceretta Smith in the hot seat. How you doing?
I'm doing well tonight, my brother. How are you?
I'm glad to see you.
It's good to be here.
It's good to be here.
Good to be here.
Man, listen, you know them old school songs, they say it's glad to be here.
Glad to be in the number.
One more time.
One more time.
God, you gonna make me sing it now.
Come on.
You gonna make me sing
Give me
it.
a little bit of it.
No, boy, you gonna make me sing this thing. As we say, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I see you all the time.
Yeah. I'm keeping up with you.
Okay, I'll be checking you out.
All right.
I'm checking you out. Listen, Barbershop Talk Live World again. I'm letting you know right now. We got some conversations we're gonna talk about. We got some things we're gonna bring out that maybe you didn't know about. You probably didn't know about this, but what's gonna happen today is it's gonna be a conversation.
Okay.
This is not a interview. This is just a conversation.
All right.
And the only thing different is people watching.
Okay.
Now I want you to understand. Now a lot of the stuff that you're gonna talk about, that we're gonna talk about, I really don't have somewhat of a big interest in it, but the people want to know. Right. The people want to know. Okay. And we're here to let the people know what's going on.
All right.
So I want to make sure that the people are informed. So you got time to jot down some notes. Just call some friends, call some neighbors, call some enemies. Let them know that in the hot seat tonight is none other than Miss Smith. And she needs you. She needs your support. Yeah. So first of all, Miss Smith, I already know all about you. I've been Googling you for months. I've been Facebooking you for years. I've been doing all this stuff. So the crazy part about it behooves me that some people don't know who you are.
It's okay.
Some people might not know.
Yeah.
Can you take a few minutes just to look into that camera and tell the people, the Barbershop Talk Live World, who is Miss Ceretta Smith?
Well, I'm Ceretta Smith, and I am a mom, a wife, a Gammy, a proud United States Army veteran.
All right.
I am a former city council member.
Okay.
I am an ordained clergy.
Okay.
I'm a labor, civil, and human rights activist. Okay. And I am a small business owner in my community.
Okay. Now, I didn't realize that you wear that many hats. you wear a lot of hats.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good because what you're doing now and the thing that you're embarking upon with all those hats you're wearing is prepare you for that position.
Absolutely.
Prepare you for that position.
I believe that. I tell people that I actually ran my first campaign when I was in 6th grade.
No, hold up now.
6th grade.
Hold up.
6th grade.
This is a live show now. You don't want to take that back, do you?
I don't want to take it back. I ran when I was in 6th grade. I ran against Joseph Johnson and a classmate named Kristen. Okay. And Joseph wrote a sign and he put it up and it says, if you want something better, then don't vote for Ceretta. And so I still remember that. And then I ran again in high school and then went off to college. I was a part of the student government body. So, as I matured and got older and began to, walk with God, I began to understand that the work that I'm doing is actually a calling. And that's why at such a young age, I had that interest. But, we don't understand those things when we're young like that. Yeah.
Now watch this now, Ms. Smith. I'm going to go to the chat line. And we got somebody that said she's an author.
I am.
See, I didn't know that.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Thank you.
Look at that. And somebody say she's a fashioner, too. You're big old fashion. So, see, there's some more hats.
That's my mom. You have to blame my mom for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I am a published author. I've published 7 books.
7. Okay.
And my most recent was a children's book.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm really proud of the works that I was able to accomplish as an author.
6 years old.
I was in sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade. Okay. Well,
So I was about 12.
about 12.
Yeah.
So you started campaigning early.
I started campaigning early.
So now, basically, what you telling people, the Barbershop Talk Loud world, you saw yourself early in this position now.
Well, so the gifts, because the gifts and the callings are there, right?
Okay.
And I was just able to, mine just began to be nurtured and manifest at an early age, right? And so that's why I tell parents to pay attention to your children's and what their gifts and their talents are, and make sure that you're nurturing those. Make sure you're positioning them, whether it's athletics or whether it's writing or poetry or whether it's science or math.
Right.
But make sure you're positioning them and putting them in places that's going to help to enhance and mature and develop and grow those gifts. And then by the time they reach adulthood, right, they have the confidence that they need. They have, they're developed, not fully, but they feel confident in walking into those gifts.
So basically, what you're saying is your gifts will make room for you.
Absolutely, I believe that. Yeah, this is a calling. This is a calling for me, and the gifts have made rooms. I served on city council in the city of Grovetown. And so now I'm running for Congress. I'm running for Georgia's 12th Congressional District, so absolutely.
You said Grovetown, so where are you originally from now?
I am originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, the Ville.
The Ville.
The Ville.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm originally from. We came here by way of the military. I'm a veteran. My husband is a veteran as well, and we retired and decided to stay here and make this our home. Give our kids a real house, a real home, real friends. Yeah.
So now, as you heard me say earlier, I did my Googling. I did all my checks and balances on you, and I knew about the Fayetteville. I just wanted to make sure the people knew about that. So now I just assume that you Google me.
Well, I know who you are.
But sometimes you just forget it, with the hustle and bustle that you're going through. Because you know about my hometown.
No.
You hear the crickets?
I don't know.
You hear the crickets?
I don't know.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. You know, from the big city of Waycross, Georgia.
Oh, well, you know what? I know the mayor of Waycross.
You know the mayor?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Michael D'Angelo.
You better say it. That's my homeboy.
That's my nephew and him were classmates. Yeah, Daryl Shaw. That's my nephew.
Yeah.
That's my nephew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, look,
Small world.
That's a small world. You didn't know. I didn't know you know my peoples.
Wow.
I didn't know you know your peoples. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know the bishop.
That's the bishop.
Yeah.
You know what? Can I go off script for a minute?
Come on, let's go.
Let me go off script for a minute. Barbershop Talk Live, I'm going to go off script for a minute now. When you talk about Michael James, you didn't know because you said you didn't Google this part. This part wasn't in the Googling. But years ago, when I was probably about 14, maybe 15, I did my trial sermon.
Wow.
I did.
Wow.
And guess who helped me with it?
Wow.
The bishop.
Oh, my
Michael
goodness.
James. He helped me with the sermon years ago.
Isn't that something?
And it was the topic was "Trim your lamps, the bridegroom is coming."
Wow.
I never forgot that.
Wow. I love him.
And
he's a dynamic mayor. He's good people. He's a great leader in the body of Christ.
Good.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, let's get back.
Okay. Here goes the baloney story.
No baloney. We ain't gonna do the baloney today. But they already know it's where it originated from.
Okay.
All
right.
But
Okay.
they fried bologna originally across too. So.
Yeah.
So again, now what we're doing now, Ms. Smith, you letting the people know that you want to make a change, and when I say a change, you go to the 12th District of Georgia, U.S. Congress.
Right.
Now, tell the people of Barbershop Talk Live World what that encases when I say that. What areas that covers?
Wow. So Georgia's 12th Congressional District is 24 counties.
24 counties.
24 counties. So you're going up to, I'm seeing them in my head.
Okay.
Lincoln.
Okay.
You got Wilkes.
Okay.
Then you come on down here. You've got McDuffie.
Okay.
You've got Richmond. You've got Columbia. You've got Warren.
Okay.
You've got Glasscock.
Okay.
Then you come on down. You've got Jefferson, Jenkins, Johnson. You've got Effingham, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Toombs.
Okay.
Toombs.
Okay.
Tatnell, Trutland, Wheeler, Lawrence.
Okay.
Montgomery.
Okay.
I think I hit them all, but it's 24. It's 24 counties. Yeah.
So
it's a large Well, actually, I think it's large. I have some friends that are running for Congress in other parts of the country, and one of my colleagues that's running for Congress in another part of the country, he has 60 counties.
60.
So he was like, Ceretta, quit whining.
60. I can't even imagine. You saying 24?
24 counties.
So now, when you saying 24 counties, are you pretty much obligated or required to visit those counties, or you just, how that works?
Well, I think that if you want people to vote for you, you need to go and see the people. You need to put your feet on the ground. You need to shake their hands. You need to listen to their priorities, because my priorities as an elected official should be the people's priorities. It's not my own personal agenda. It's because it's not about me. The seat belongs to the people. And so it's extremely important as a candidate that I go into every county and that I meet with the people and that I listen to the people, and then I give the people an opportunity to ask me questions so that they can learn about me. When I'm out, I tell voters, if people don't work to get your vote, don't expect them to work when they get in the office. Right. If people don't want work to get your vote, then certainly when they get into office, they're not going to work for you.
So let me ask this question now. How has the military shaped your vision or your platform or your campaign to get in this role where you're at now?
Absolutely. So one of the things that the military, instills in all of us when you go in the military, because if you don't learn discipline, you won't last. And so it has instilled this discipline in me, this resilience in me. Today I made a post talking about character. You can't have integrity if you don't have character. Because character is the foundation.
Who you are.
Integrity is the evidence. Right? And so character, integrity, structure, morals, values, those are the things that the military instilled in me, and those are the things that I still carry to this day that help me sustain and push through as I'm out here traveling and campaigning and meeting people and talking to people. And so when I went in the military, I was kind of like at a crossroads in my life. And that's what I lacked, was the discipline.
Oh, you wasn't ready.
Yeah, and so going into the military, I didn't graduate the same person I was when I went in. And so I began to understand things about life that, your parents trying to tell you, or your parents have been telling you over a long period of time, and we think we know everything. And so after I came out of basic training, I was a different person. And so that those military values are still a part of my core and who I am.
What excites you about the campaign?
The possibility of change. Georgia's 12th congressional district, I believe, and that's why I'm running, is because the people have not been seen, they have not been heard, they have not been represented. And so the possibility of a fresh voice, possibility of someone who knows the people in the district, understands the needs of the people of the district, and actually being able to go to Washington, D.C. and affect change to make the people of this district's lives better. Like, that's what it's all about. That's the whole purpose for running, is to be the voice and to be an advocate for the people, because we all can't go to D.C. and sit at the table. But being able to, because people feel like they have been forgotten about, they feel like they're not being seen, they're not being heard. And so the possibility of winning this seat and being a voice for people and actually affecting change, real tangible change.
You can see the change.
Change that people can see, they can touch, and they can feel. And so that excites me. It really does.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Ms. Smith, because I always like to be honest with people I'm talking to in the barbershop, in the streets, wherever I'm at. I like to be honest. So I'm going to be honest with you. For years, I did not vote. And one of the reasons why I didn't vote, because my grandma kind of told me don't do it. You know why she told me don't do it? Because she always said that the people are going to do what they want to do anyway. When they get in office, they're going to say all this stuff, and when they campaign, they're going to say all this stuff. When they get in there, they ain't kept one promise. So my grandma said, don't do it. So for years, I didn't do it. The only time I did it when Obama ran. And I say, okay, I'm gonna let the guy get my vote, because situations.
Yeah.
But for years I didn't vote, and now we in a situation where now you see the folks that's in leadership now, all the stuff that's going on, all the deceptions and all that stuff going on. So here's the question on the floor: how can you, as a person that you are now, convince people to vote? Because now, as I said earlier, you see what the administrators are doing now. They shut down programs. They cutting out this. They firing people. I mean, the tariffs, all this stuff is going on. How can you get the folks that vote for you on this level? What can you change the people's mindset?
Well, you're right. It is a mindset.
Right.
And let's speak truth.
Okay.
Like, mindsets don't materialize overnight, and you won't change a mindset overnight.
Right.
It takes relationship. It takes years of building a relationship, and that's why I like to tell people I'm not a transactional leader.
Okay.
Right. Transactional leaders just show up when they want something from you.
Okay.
When they want your vote, they show up.
That's when they show up.
And then when they get your vote, you don't see them again until they need your vote again.
Right.
And so it comes from building relationship.
Okay.
And it takes time.
Okay.
And so that's why I say it's so important to show up in these counties, because that's the first process in building relationship, and not just show up one time, but show up again and again and again.
Okay.
When I ran for state senate, I touched every county 7 times.
7 times.
7 times.
Okay.
And it requires discipline, it requires commitment, it requires empathy, compassion, and really a heart for the people.
Okay.
So you have to build relationship. And once you build relationship, you have to talk about the issues.
Okay.
The issues in one county may be different than they are in another county.
Okay.
That's why it's important to go to the county so you can get to know the people.
See the people.
So you can find out what are the issues here.
Okay.
Because the issues here are different than the issues there. The issues in Warren County are different than the issues in Richmond County.
Okay.
Right?
I can see that.
And so it's building relationship, number one,
Okay.
because people have to trust you.
Okay.
Right? Just one encounter, you're not going to gain
Right.
someone's trust.
Right.
So building that relationship, earning the trust of the people, right? And then educating them with the issues, right? Finding out what the issues are, explaining to them. I know I did a show last month, and someone was talking about data centers. And so I had to explain to them that as a congresswoman, I can't go into a city's municipality and tell them what to do with their land. And so people sometimes they believe, or they may not understand the roles that we play.
Okay.
As congressional leaders, as U.S. House representatives, we write laws, we vote on laws, we create the budget, right? Okay. So those are some of the things that we do, and we have oversight over the government agencies. And so in that instance, when they were talking about the data center, I said, I can't come in and tell a municipality what to do with their land, but as your congresswoman, I have oversight of the budget, which EPA is an organization that is funded in the budget, and EPA is the agency that will have oversight over how these data centers can conduct themselves and come into cities. And so that's the legislation that I would write, or the legislation that we would introduce if we needed to, or we would address it in the budget. So that you've got to build relationship, earn the people's trust, find out what their issues are, and then come with real solutions. And be honest with people. Tell people, listen, it's not going to be fixed overnight.
Right.
It's not going to be fixed in one term.
Right.
Don't mislead people, and don't make people think you're going to perform all of these miracles overnight, because it didn't get there overnight.
It didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Process.
Let's go back to the chat line. DT Harker says there have been so many elections where candidates has lost by just a few points, and she said every vote does count.
Every vote does count.
Every vote.
I have a friend who lost an election, a mayoral election, by like 5 points, I believe it was. 5 points. But we're in a different state now.
Okay.
We have the branches of government, the 3 branches of government. And each of these 3 branches is supposed to help maintain accountability.
Okay.
Right? We have lost our government. We have completely lost our government.
Lost it.
And so what I want people to understand is that before we can really dive into talking about policy, right, we got to get our country back.
Right.
And so right now we don't have a House or a Senate. In times past, the House and the Senate, left, right, middle, up, back, flipped upside down, whatever you were, they came together and they were able to work in a bipartisan way, a respectful way, a civil way to get things done for the people.
Okay.
Well, we're in a new era.
We're in a big new era.
There's no more civility. There's no more respect.
Right.
There's no more collaboration and bipartisan collaboration. We have lost our country.
Right.
And we no longer have the ability to hold people accountable and to govern. And so the first thing that we have to realize and understand is that we have to take our House and our Senate back. That's the bottom line.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing.
First things first.
First thing first. Get that done.
When I'm talking to people and I'm saying, listen, we said in Hillary, Trump, this is the election of our lifetime. We said that.
Right.
We said Biden versus Trump. No, this is the election of our lifetime. We said that.
Right.
Then we said, just a year and some months ago, Hillary and Harris and Trump,
right.
This is the election of our lifetime. Right? But what I want to look in the camera and tell people right now, that these midterms are the most important elections we will face in our lifetime. And if we don't get it right in this midterm, for our lifetime, our children and their children and their children's children, it's going to be a different life.
So, Ms. Smith, let me ask you this question now. I have a lot of times the people that, when they know the person's coming on, they ask me all these questions, ask the candidates and different folks. So me being so much, I forget these questions. So I want to jot these questions down. I want to look at them. So I'm going to show you my questions.
Okay. Okay.
These are my questions. You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Go to question 6. You don't mind? Go to question 6. Question 6 says, you just named some Harris. You named Kamala Harris. You named Hillary Clinton. And we also talk about Stacey Abrams. I mean, there's a lot of women that came along going for these different positions. Now, I'm looking at you. You're a woman. Those were women. Some of those women weren't successful. Now, how do you think that you can be successful in a men-driven world of the politics? So do you really think you got enough to upseat these women, to show these women this is how it need to be done? Because these women, we thought Hillary had it. We thought Stacey had it. I really believe that Kamala was going to get it. First woman president. Now, here you go. Here you go now. Do you really believe? Don't tell me. The people want to know. Do you think you got it?
Listen, I stand on the shoulders
of
Stacey Abrams. I stand on the shoulders of Hillary Clinton. I stand on the shoulders of Kamala Harris. And I can go back, I stand on the shoulders of Shirley Chisholm, and I can keep going and going and going. And so while we did not get the outcome that we wanted from those women, they trailblazed, they moved the needle, they opened the gateway just a little bit more. And so it goes back to the principle of the Bible. One plants, one waters, but then God is the one who gives the increase. And for whatever the reason, God did not allow them to walk in that increase, but they have planted, they have watered, and there are those of us that will come up behind them who will actually be the ones to walk in the increase. But I have enough sense to know that I'm only here because of these women, of women like who we just talked about. Because they have trailblazed, they have taken the darts, they have had their, they've had the death threat, like they have plowed, they have broken up that fallow ground for me to be able to be here. Now, as for, I only know what I believe God told me to do in my heart. Right? And so I tell people what God has for me, it is for me. I believe that because in 2015, I go every year to the Capitol with my union.
Okay.
Just came back from D.C. I was in D.C. last week.
Okay.
We go there every year. And I'm walking the halls of Congress and the Senate, and I'm lobbying. I'm speaking to our elected officials. I'm advocating for veterans and for federal employees and for working families in Georgia, right? And so I'm there. That's the work that I'm doing. And in 2015, when I was there, I had been working with Congressman John Barber as a union president. He was our congressman at the time. He was not successful. He didn't win. Our new representative won. Went into the new representative's office, Congressman Allen, and I just didn't like what I heard. I felt like how the people of Georgia's 12 feel. I felt dismissed. I felt unheard. I felt like it was just a check in the box. And when I walked out of that office in 2015, my words to my union brothers and sisters were, one day I'm running for that seat. And so I just believe I'm in my Esther season, that it is for such a time as this. And so I am just walking it out now. Like you said, the military, the union, federal government employee. I've served in municipal government. So I think that God has been processing me all the way from 6th grade. He's been processing me. Excuse me. And this is the moment that I've stepped into. And I just believe that, he's graced me to do it. And so I'm here. Faith, I have the faith. But without works, I'm doing the work. It's dead. And so I'm doing my part, right? And I have to believe that God's going to do his part.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. Listen, before we take a commercial break, I take a commercial break. Can I do that real quick?
Sure.
I want to make sure I get one of these questions answered. And the question, Roger Prince says, what can you tell us about the Home Act that aims to eliminate property tax?
So that's on the state level. That's on the state level. Someone did send that to me. And so that will be something that you would want to talk to your state representative about. That would be Harold Jones. I'm not sure where Roger Prince lives. Is that Representative Prince's son?
You never know. You never know.
Your dad is a state representative. Ask your dad about that eliminating them property taxes.
You never know. People tune in.
I'm not at the state level. I want to, when you find out Roger Prince, you let me know what the answer is about the property taxes, okay?
You never know. That's why everybody tune in.
Yeah.
Barbershop Talk Live World. We got to take a commercial break. Can I pay a bill?
Let's pay a bill.
Let's pay a bill. Barbershop Talk Live World again. In the hot seat today is none other than Miss Ceretta Smith, running for the Congress, U.S. District 12.
Yes.
All right. So listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. My good friend, Mr. Edward Wright, is here talking about his service, his program, his thing he has for you. Right One Well Body Works. Watch the screen. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hello and welcome. Here at the Right Bodywork and Wellness, we provide you with bodywork you can rely on to increase body improvement. WBW provides free consultations to better understand the reasoning for your visit. When a client experiences a WBW massage, they can expect it to be thorough and thought through. The massage is customized to each session. Muscles are handled with care, specifically and individually stretched. Creating a wellness vision to sustain a space of personal comfort, relaxation, and a state of well-being for clients that may endure. With over a dozen different modalities to fit your needs, so we can ensure a quality and well-addressed service. We provide excellent services to athletes and clients of all ages in need. If interested, call or visit the website to schedule your appointment today.
Barbershop Talk Live. We're back live here at Jay's Place Barbershop. Listen, my good friend, Mr. Edward Wright, Right One Well Body Works. Please, man, please, sir, get in contact with him. Use his service, utilize him. You will be not disappointed in his service. But listen, before I forget, I want to let you know that what we always do on Barbershop Talk Live, we give you a chance for you to be interactive with the service, with the program. So what we do, we want to ask you a few questions at the end of the night. Just a few. And if you are successful in answering those questions, we got some prizes for you. Listen, we have a $20 gift card from Chipotle. $20. Also, with Barbershop Talk Live, courtesy of Piedmont Hospital, we're going to give you a blood pressure monitoring. Also, Piedmont Hospital, Barbershop Talk Live partner together to give out these items. So please, man, please, so just pay attention. Pay attention to the conversation. We're going to ask you some questions at the end of the night. If you are successful, stop by Jay's Place, Barbershop 1927 Olive Road, and get your prizes. Just that simple.
Just that simple.
Just that simple. All you got to do is listen and pay attention. So listen, now before we went to the commercial break, there was some questions.
Yes.
Oh, look, we got Demetrius Johnson. You know Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Butter.
All right now.
She said, hello, everybody. Hello.
I see Gerald Wilson's question.
Okay, Gerald said, how do you feel or your opinion about Trump doing executive orders on voter ID?
Listen, this is a form of voter suppression.
Okay.
We need to understand what's happening.
Okay.
I did a live talking about this. It's called the SAVE Act.
Okay.
And so it's dangerous for a number of reasons, but specifically here in Georgia, we have over 400,000 previously incarcerated men and women that are eligible to vote.
Okay.
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 And so there are organizations that are working hard to locate these individuals and help them get registered.
Okay.
This new piece of legislation says that if you're a first time, if you're registering to vote, because this could be you fell off the rolls.
Okay.
You will have to present a birth certificate or a passport.
Okay.
Now, you can't get a passport if you don't have a birth certificate.
Right.
And I shared the story about my mom when she was coming to travel to Europe when we were stationed over there, and she needed a passport.
Okay.
She didn't have a birth certificate. My mom is 80 years old.
Okay.
So think about that age group, 80 and above, right? Think about during that times, they didn't have access to their records and things of that nature.
Right.
So she had to get letters from her siblings and have them notarized as proof that she was who she said she was. Right?
Right.
And then they generated her a birth certificate. My brother, same thing. He needed his birth certificate. He didn't have a copy of his birth certificate. And when he went to get it, it said Baby Boy Davis. So it wasn't his name. So think about all the different scenarios of people who, like, I can go home right now. I have my birth certificate.
Okay.
My husband didn't have a birth certificate.
Okay.
So I'd get his birth certificate.
Do all that for him.
My children's, I keep their birth certificates. Think about how many people do not have a copy of their birth certificate.
It's a lot.
Think about people who are in situations maybe where they don't even really know where they were born, right? Or they now live in Georgia, but they were born in Maine, right? So the challenges of trying to get a birth certificate.
Stuff, right.
So that's number one. And the first thing that I want to remind people is if you do not have your birth certificate, you need to be getting it now.
So are we talking about the upcoming election? That's what they're trying to impose it now?
Well, it passed the House.
Okay.
It's now in the Senate.
Okay.
And the president is saying if the Senate does not pass it, he's going to do it by executive order. Okay? And that's why I say we have lost control of our government.
Right.
And so it's dangerous because think about those 400 and some thousand previously incarcerated men and women that live in Georgia.
Okay.
How many of them do you think have their birth certificate?
Probably not a lot.
Probably not a lot.
Okay.
And so that's a hurdle that they're putting in the way to keep people from being able to register because they know that average person does not have a copy of their birth certificate. And again, you can't say or your passport because if you don't have your birth certificate, you can't get a passport because you have to mail your birth certificate in when you get a passport. So it is a form of voter suppression. The justification that they're using that illegal immigrants are voting, that is just a false narrative.
Okay.
There is no proof to to show that in large numbers, people who are here in our country illegally are voting and being the cause of election fraud. It's just not true.
Okay.
So I hope people will do their research.
Right.
It's not true. It's voter suppression. And again, if we don't take back our House and our Senate, he's not only going to do executive orders for things that dealing with voting, he's going to do executive orders for a whole lot of other stuff when he can't get his way. And that's why this election, these midterms are so important.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. Please, ma'am, please, sir, put your question on the screen. We'll make sure we answer any and all questions. No comments off limits, no questions off limits. We're here for you because the people want to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
They need to know. Now, Ms. Smith, let me ask you this question. What is the job that you will be getting into? When I say the job you're getting into, what is the main focus of the job that you'll be doing once you win this particular election?
So again, as a representative, we write laws.
Okay.
We vote on laws.
Okay.
And that's the problem that we have. And now, I can tell you that there's a lot of great legislation to address many of the issues that we're facing as surrounding affordability, healthcare, education, and housing, all these things. But we don't have the votes.
Okay.
We don't have the votes to pass the legislation, again, because we have lost that ability to work in a bipartisan manner.
Okay.
And we have people who in their hearts know what's right, know what the right thing is to do, but they don't have a spine. They don't have a backbone in their spine to stand up and do the right thing.
Okay.
So as a legislator, I would be introducing legislation.
Okay.
I do have some legislation in mind that I know I would already introduce.
Okay.
I will be voting on laws. I will be a part of the budget.
Okay.
And I think the budget should look like the people that you're representing.
Okay.
And when the budget does not look like the people that you're representing, and so what am I saying? When you have senior citizens, right, that are struggling, and you want to cut Medicare and Medicaid, your budget doesn't look like the people that you're serving.
Right.
When you have people that are working minimum wage jobs, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, and it's still not enough to put food on the table, but you cut SNAP benefits, so the budget doesn't look like it's people. And so being able to be there and be a voice and say, well, no. This budget doesn't look like the people, right? This budget is benefiting the 1%, the millionaires and the billionaires, right? But you've got to have somebody there who understands what the needs of the people are, how a budget is supposed to work. I served on city council, so I understand how a budget is supposed to work and serve the people. It's supposed to make the quality of life better for the people.
Now watch this here. Now here's a crazy question now. As you said earlier, the people that's in position now are not doing what we think they should be doing. They're not pretty much using common sense. So that being said, now we're trying to take back the House. We're trying to take back the Senate. So what happened when we lost it? What happened to the point where we lost it? Now we got the folks that's in there now, and they just running amok. So if we want to know, and the people of Barbershop Talk Live World want to know, why did you lose it the first time? Because at one time it was the House and the Senate, and it was everything. Some people say we ain't doing this right, we ain't doing it right, but you had total control then. So don't tell me, because I'm good. But the people want to know what happened for them to lose it then.
I think people were just so deflated and disappointed. And a sense of hopelessness. And so when they started to have those, congressional and senatorial races, and we started to lose the traction and the power that we gained because people didn't come out and vote.
Well, I mean, why they don't?
It's just that simple, right? I understand it, and it's no quick fix, right? But I believe that we're in a time and a season, and I'm here, and the purpose is to give people hope. To let people know that there is someone that cares. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care, right? And so again, writing those laws, voting on laws, controlling the budget, oversight of federal agencies.
That's
so
a big deal. That's a big deal.
Things like OSHA,
that's a big deal.
Things like FDA, things like USDA, things like EPA. Making sure that there's funding in the budget so that we can have enough people to inspect our food, so that we can have enough people to inspect our meat,
Okay.
So we can have enough people to make sure that our air and our water is clean and safe.
Okay.
I was just at a meeting yesterday, and the young lady who is she works for the Savannah River organization there, and she was talking about the lead.
Yeah, in the water.
The lead in the water.
Right.
We saw what happened in Michigan. We understand how the lead in the water impacts our children and their growth and their development.
Okay.
And then when they act out in school, and we're trying to figure out all of these behavior problems, well, let's trace it back to the lead in the water.
Right.
But you have to have somebody that cares.
Right. To trace
it. To trace it.
Right.
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 And so oversight over those agencies, because if you remove the funding from those agencies and you tie their hands and they don't have enough people to conduct inspections and to do all of the things that they need to do, it's a health issue. Okay. It's a safety issue. In the workplace, it becomes a safety issue for people. When I was the president on Fort Gordon, there was a building that people were working in, and the people were complaining about headaches and getting sick and things of that nature. And I called OSHA.
Okay.
And OSHA came out and conducted a test of the air, and there were extremely high levels of benzene in the air. And that's why the people were getting sick. So imagine getting rid of OSHA.
Okay.
Or cutting their funding to the point where they don't have enough staff to go out when they get calls about unsafe working conditions. So that oversight over those federal agencies that provide services and protection and safety. And the last thing as a representative is I am the closest voice of the people in Washington, D.C.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the closest voice of the people in Washington, D.C. And if the budget doesn't reflect the people, then the House isn't doing its job.
So here's the question now, Ms. Smith. Here is the question. I'm glad you led up to that, because now, as you said earlier, 24 counties in that you oversees. 24 is a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot. So now, I don't really know about the Glasscocks, the Tignol, the Wilkes County. I don't really know about those. I know about Richmond County.
Yeah.
What do you see Richmond County is lacking right now based on what you see with talking to the people? Because again, there are some things that people tell you that you might not know until they tell you. So based on that, what did you see that Richmond County is lacking? So when you go to Atlanta, you petition to those folks in Atlanta to get those votes. What would you try to bring back to the city of Richmond County?
And so it's a partnership. I didn't sit here tonight and criticize or say, well, Richmond County is missing this or Richmond County is missing that. It's a partnership, and I think that it's important as a representative that you build, again, I'm back to that word, relationships.
Right.
And so you build those relationships, again, because the needs here in Richmond County are going to be different than the needs in other counties. In other counties, I can just flat out tell you, it's economic growth and development.
Okay.
They're dying.
Right.
You know, they don't have broadband. They don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have broadband. Industry is not coming in. They don't have hospitals.
Right.
They've closed 12 hospitals in this state. One of those hospitals was in Georgia's 12th. It was in Wheeler County. So they don't have access to health care. Okay. So when you start talking about that, well, we have access to health care here in Richmond County.
Right.
We have economic growth and development here in Richmond County. So many of the things that the outlying counties are lacking, you know, we're blessed here in Richmond and Columbia and a few of the other counties.
Right.
And so it comes down to funding. The thing that I love about Senator Ossoff and Senator Warnock, as a city council member in the city of Grovetown, I would often get these letters from them informing me of monies that they have received. We have received so many billions of dollars for affordable housing. We have received so much money for this thing or that thing. So they are very good about letting you know when they have money, how you can get that money, right? And so that would be my role, you know, understanding and talking to the city's leadership. Well, what are the needs? What type of federal funding do you need to help with things in this city and in the projects or in the CSRA, and then going and securing that funding, and then bringing that funding back and saying, here it is.
Right. Because you got to have the money.
Got to have the money.
Got to have the money. Barbershop Talk Live World, you need the money. She needs your votes. So Barbershop Talk Live World, the message now, how can they follow you? How can they support you? How can they make a donation to the campaign? How can they just get on the grassroots with you, put up the signs, make the phone calls? Because I know you need help.
Absolutely.
You need the help.
This is not my campaign. This is our campaign.
Okay.
It's of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Okay.
And if folks want to get active and help, they can go to my website, which is Ceretta, CERETTA, for FOR Georgia, GEORGIA. So CerettaforGeorgia.com. And on that website, there will be a link where you can sign up to volunteer. And our staff will reach out to you and let you know when we're having our volunteer meetings. As a matter of fact, while I'm here, I missed the first volunteer meeting. They're online right now. They're Zooming, they're phone banking right now. And so we're going to be doing that for the next couple of days. But yeah, you can follow us at Ceretta for Georgia. That's my handles on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook,
whatever.
Yeah, Ceretta for Georgia.
So is there a certain amount of money that you need? Or when I say that, is $1 enough? Is $10 enough?
Listen,
is 50% enough?
Listen, we'll take anything in order, and I don't think people understand. So the incumbent has $1.2 million in his campaign war chest. Realistically, in order to run a competitive campaign, we need to raise about $500,000. And so I've decided that I want to raise that money through grassroots, small dollar donations. I refuse to take money from billionaire, millionaire corps. I refuse to take money from PACs that are not aligned with the values of working people, and I'm a unionist. And so, and that are aligned with labor. And so it's possible. We can raise the money. Judge Penny, who's running for Secretary of State, she just reported a $300,000 raising of funds, and she did it all through grassroots, small dollar donors. And so I know that we can do it. You can donate $1. You can donate $3,800. That's the max. So if anybody wants to max us out, max it out.
Max it out. Okay.
So I'm not picky, because if you've got 500 people and they give $1, that's $500.
That's $500.
If you got 500 people and they give $50, that's 25.
You can use that.
Yeah. So it's a numbers game. We'll get there. And so, donating. But if you can't donate money, you can always donate your time.
Your time is always valuable.
Yes, sir.
Barbershop Talk Live World, again, we need your donations. We need your support. She needs your help. And also, what you need to do is get registered.
That's right. If you're not registered to vote, get registered to vote. Check your voter registration. Make sure you have not, for some reason, been purged from the rosters. And check with your family. Do a family voter registration check day. Like, make that an event. And get everybody on the Zoom and have everybody log in and check their voter registration. And make sure that it's good and that you're good to go. And I always encourage people to early vote.
So has it started already?
Well, early voting has started for this special election that's happening in Richmond County. Early voting for Georgia's 12th Congressional District will start on April 29th. April 29th. And the primary election is on May 19th.
May 19th is the primary.
That's the primary. That's the date.
So we're in other words, you really focus on April the 19th. May 19th.
May 19th, absolutely. But I encourage people to vote, to early vote. Yeah, it's just because if you show up at the polls on election day and there's something wrong with your registration, for whatever the reason you didn't check it, and now you're there and they're telling you can't vote. You don't have time, you don't have time. But if you early vote,
you got time to
and if there's something wrong, you have weeks to get it right.
So are we still doing the mail-in ballot?
Yes.
We're still doing that?
Yes. So you need to check when is the absentee ballot deadline. When is the last time the date to request the absentee ballot? All that information can be found on your local board of elections website.
So what is Ms. Smith's motto? When I say your motto, in other words, do you have an affirmation? Because it's something got to motivate you when you get up in the morning, something that drives you in the morning. So what is, so my motivation, my motto for Jay's Place Barbershop, you know what it is? If I can't cut it, it can't be cut. So whatever you come in with a picture of a haircut or some kind of video, I got you.
Yeah.
That's my motto. That's my motto. That's my affirmation. What is yours?
So one of my favorite proverbs, it says to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. It talks about being a voice. It talks about judging fairly and justly. And so I just believe that, again, it's a calling. Like, you know, it's many days I was like, Lord, I don't want to do this no more. And then, you know, and we all have those times when, you know, we just feel like, oh my, okay. But I find myself back to that, you know, speak up for those. You got to speak up for the people, because some people just can't speak up for themselves. For those that are destitute, you got to speak up for them. And if not me, then who? Right? And so I want to live out my calling. When they lay me in that ground, I want to be in there empty. I want to have poured out everything that God gave me to give back to his people. I want to make sure I have released it all into the earth. And then I will know that that legacy, it'll continue to live on. They always say, where's the most potential? Where can you find the most potential? It's in the graveyard. Because so many people never released. They never came into a knowing and an understanding of the gifts that God gave them, who he purposed them to be in this earth, and what their assignment was. And I'm a woman on a mission. And I don't plan to take nothing with me. Right? I plan to get there and have emptied out everything, and to stand before him and to hear him say, well done, thy good and faithful servant.
Barbershop Talk Live World, again, I told you this is a conversation that you need to be a part of. You got some questions, you got some concerns, you got some comments. You still have time. You still have time to put those on the screen. Listen, who we got? We got
healthcare.
We talked about the healthcare. What's your thoughts on the state of healthcare currently? I think we talked about that. If not, we can expound on that also.
So that's an important question for Georgia's 12, because the majority of our district is rural. And they don't have hospitals. I said it. Georgia closed 12 hospitals. One of those being in Wheeler County in the 12th congressional district. And so you have people that are not able to get preventative health care. Story about a coroner that picked up a body. The person, when they did the biopsy, the person had a glucose level of like 800 and something, went into a diabetic coma and died, but didn't even know it was a diabetic because it didn't have access to health care. So it's for our district, it's about bringing access to health care to our rural counties. If a woman goes into labor in many of our rural counties, the nearest hospital or the nearest place that has the ability to deliver a baby is 45 minutes to an hour away. And so a lot can happen in 45 minutes to an hour. Georgia has one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the United States of America. We rank in the top 5.
Didn't know that.
And so you just think if in the rural counties, this is important, because if one ambulance is servicing, you know, three small cities, and they're on a call, and they can't get there, it's a true story. Mother on the way to the hospital, husband driving, mom and baby died. Baby wasn't even delivered, mom and baby died, right? And so we've got to address those concerns. We have veterans that live out in our rural areas that are not able to, they can't drive, they don't have the access. So we've got to really look at the health care. You know, we live in the mega of health care, but a lot of our counties that are out of line do not have that luxury. And so we've got to look at that, because when you start looking at them not being able to, at our children, you know, not being able to have access to health care, dental care, vision, right. A lot of kids are sitting in classrooms struggling because they can't see, right? And so these are the things that are important to me. My priorities are the people's priorities. And as I'm talking to people, healthcare, especially in our rural areas, is one of their priorities, and that will be my priority.
Now, here's a question that we got to talk about now. And I want you to address this question. And again, I think I know what you're going to say, but the people want to know. This all but for the people. Now, what if that particular day come down, Ms. Smith, and you are not successful in your campaign? You come up short. You check the votes, and you might have lost by 5. You might, whatever. You didn't make it. You didn't succeed. What would Ms. Smith be doing the next day when she wake up after the votes been counted? What would you continue to do? Would you just say, okay, I'm done with all this stuff? What would you do?
No, never. In 2020, when I ran for state senate for District 23, I didn't win.
Okay.
There's a quote by Nelson Mandela. He says, "I don't lose.
Okay.
I win, or I learn lessons."
Okay.
So I say, I didn't win, but I learned a lot of lessons. So I didn't lose. I didn't win, but I learned a lot of important lessons. The very next day, I was out. Well, I won't say the very next day, because there was a runoff. I think Senator Warnock ended up going into a runoff with Herschel Walker.
Right.
So at some point, I was back out there working, canvassing, walking, doing the things that you do to help people get elected.
Right.
And a reporter approached me, and he said, "Can I interview you?" And I said, "Sure." And he said, "When I saw you, I just couldn't believe you were out here." And I said, "Why?" He said, "'Cause you lost."
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, but this is bigger than me.
Okay.
This isn't about me. This is bigger than me."
Right.
We got to get this man elected, because at that point, our democracy, the state of our democracy, was on the line.
On the line,
right?
Mr. Walker.
And Senator Warnock was successful, and he said to me, he's like, most candidates, when they don't win, he was like, you never see them again. They just fade off. And I said to him, I said, you know what? This is the mentality that I go in to these situations with pretty much anything in life that I do, because I have a relationship with my Heavenly Father.
Okay.
And I understand that the Father loves me more than anybody.
Okay.
And He knows what's best for me.
Okay.
He said He knows the thoughts and the plans that He has towards me, and they are of peace and an expected end. And so if God wanted me, as I said, if God would have wanted me to win that seat, I would have won it.
Right.
But the Father knows something that I don't know. And so I love Him enough to know, because He first loved me and He saved me. Right. And that He knows the thoughts and the plans, and He doesn't make mistakes. Right. I just trust Him.
That's it.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't the time. It wasn't meant to be, or it wasn't the time.
Right.
And so that I don't, I have a little, tell my body. But you get back up.
Right.
Because it's bigger than you.
It's a bigger picture.
It's bigger than you. We're many members.
It's a bigger picture.
But one body. Right. And so I got to supply. Every joint supplies. I got to get back up and supply what I'm supposed to supply, because somebody's waiting for me. Right. And somebody's watching.
Somebody always watching.
So yeah, hey, okay, God.
Let's go.
What's next?
What's next? Okay. Barbershop Talk Live World, what's next for you? Are you registered to vote? Are you a registered voter? Please, man, please, sir, get yourself out there and go register yourself to vote, because, again, our future depends on it. Our future depends on it.
Our future depends. The way we live depends on how we live.
Okay.
Depends on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this question before we get out of here, because, again, you got me thinking a lot of different things. When you say you write legislation, you vote on bills, what's the process of that? Because, again, it sounds good. So when you say you write legislation, are you going to the communities, seeing what needs to be done in those communities, and you say, okay, I want to write this bill out to affordable housing or food deserts and all that? What's the process of that?
So let me give you an example, because with our union, we craft legislation. Sometimes legislators will contact us at the state level and the national level and ask for our input and opinion about a piece of legislation. So it can be a collaboration of the meeting of the minds of what needs to happen. But so I will tell you one thing. So as you know, I'm a union member. I'm a member of the American Federation of Government Employees. It's the largest federal government union in the United States of America. And so under President Trump's first presidency, one of the first things that he did when he got in office was he came after our union, and he removed all of our collective bargaining rights. But what is that? So if you're a government employee, you work on Fort Gordon, there's a contract. And the contract says what you as an employee can and cannot do, and it says what management can and cannot do. And so what he did was, he said that contract no longer exists. So it removes protections for safe working places, sexual harassment, discrimination, right? And so once President Biden got back in office, he reinstated all of our rights. And now that President Trump got back in office, the first day, he did the same thing. And he just signed another piece of the executive order yesterday or day before, where he stripped the collective bargaining rights from the VA. So one of the first pieces of legislation that I will introduce, and I will call it the Alex Preddy Act, because Alex Preddy was the man that lived in Minnesota, who was shot and killed by ICE, and he was my union brother. So it will be called the Alex Preddy Act in his honor. And this piece of legislation will state that when a new president comes into the office, they will not have the authority to overturn and remove collective bargaining rights from AFGE, from the union, across all of the different agencies. Right. Yeah. And so that way, because people don't understand that the plan is to dismantle the federal government as we have known it in its conception. Right. It's to dismantle it. And my union is the only thing right now that's been keeping them from being able to do what they do. And that's why they came and attacked our union first, because they wanted to dismantle and destroy our union. Because if they could do that, then they have a clear pathway to everything that they're trying to do. But our union has been filing appeals. We have won some appeals. We have lost some appeals. But we're still standing up. We're still fighting. They had to cut half of their staff. They had to let people go. So it's been a tough time. But if we were not there, it would be a whole lot worse than what it is. And so that's an example of legislation that I would introduce.
Barbershop Talk Live World, did you get anything out of this conversation? Did you learn something out of this conversation? If you did, I appreciate you. If you didn't, shame on you. So listen, follow your congresspersons, get informed with the news, see what's going on in your area, see what's going on at the state level. Barbershop Talk Live World, I urge you to do what you need to do for yourself, for your community, and for your generation. Because the people want to know what's going on. They need to know what's going on.
They need to know.
So listen, how can they get in contact with you again? How can they follow you? How can they make a donation? What's the website? What's the email? How can they help you?
Ceretta4Georgia.com. Ceretta4Georgia@gmail.com. Ceretta4Georgia Facebook. Ceretta4Georgia Instagram. Ceretta4Georgia on TikTok. TikToking and talking. You can watch me and my babe do our little thing on there. Ceretta4Georgia on Blue Sky. And it's CERETTA, the number 4 GA, or the word 4 GA. But yeah, I'm on all those, and you can, like I said, go to the website. You can hit me there. And yeah, I answer my phone. I do answer emails. I do return. I return calls. Absolutely. But just don't call on Sunday, because that's the Lord's day.
That's your time.
Unless you're about to die. And then I'm gonna tell you to call 911. Or I'm gonna pray that God raise you up and heal your body.
God bless you.
But Sunday is the Lord's day, and so you have to balance this thing. You have to practice self-care and take care of yourself. And as much as I love people, I love me too.
I got you.
And I want to live.
And again, the election date is when?
May 19th is the primary election.
And when is the early voting?
The early voting begins on April 29th.
April 29th.
Yes, sir.
So Barbershop Talk Live World, again, if you didn't have a good time in this conversation, guess what? We did.
I had a good time.
We did.
I had a real good time. Yes, sir.
I learned a lot. and you know where I'm originally from now.
Yes.
You know about it.
Yeah, Waycross.
Waycross.
Not going to forget it.
No, you
the
better
bishop.
Not. You better not.
I'm not. As a matter of fact, when I'm going to tell him tonight, guess what? Guess who I'm at?
Barbershop Talk Live. and he'll tell you about the fried bologna too.
Okay.
He'll tell you about it. He'll inform.
I'm going to ask him about the fried bologna.
He's going to tell you about the fried bologna. We got it stamped, certified, all that good stuff.
All right. Okay.
So listen, now before we get out of here, I always got to do what I think. I got to do something what I call a challenge. Can I challenge you?
Challenge. Okay.
Can I challenge you?
Okay.
We got to get out of here, but I got to challenge you before I get out of here. So here's my old-fashioned challenge flag. straight from I-20, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta Falcons Stadium.
Okay.
That is the original NFL challenge flag.
Okay.
Do you believe that?
I believe what you say. Rough.
That's the original flag from Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Rise up.
All right.
So what that flag does is, once you drop the flag on the floor, we're going to give you a series of challenges, and you have to do everything that you can to meet and exceed those challenges.
Okay.
But it won't be happening until we drop that flag on the floor. Barbershop Talk Live World, she just dropped the flag on the floor. Now we got to give you some challenges. Now you got to meet and exceed those challenges.
Okay.
First challenge is very simple. The first challenge is continue to be yourself.
Oh.
Continue to keep the good Lord first,
Oh.
no matter what, because again, without the good Lord help,
Amen.
ain't nothing.
Amen.
Your other challenge is return the phone calls, return the emails, get to those counties, make sure you hear the people's voices, you feel the people's spirits,
Yes,
and
sir.
because when you do that, you can be more effective.
Yes, sir.
Those simple challenges.
Simple.
In other words, just do what you've been doing.
Thank you.
Just do what you've been doing.
Yes, sir.
Can you meet those challenges?
I can meet those challenges.
Can you exceed those challenges?
I'm going to exceed those
All
challenges.
right, Barbershop Talk Live World again. She has met those challenges. Now I got to challenge you. We're going to give you a series of questions. I told you earlier, we're going to give you 3 simple questions. If you get those questions correctly, listen. Gift card from Chipotle, and also we're going to give you a blood pressure monitor courtesy of Barbershop Talk Live and Piedmont Hospital. Remember, just 3 simple questions. The first question is always a simple question. The first question is very simple. I want you to tell me, where is she originally from?
Ooh.
Did you say that?
I did.
You said it earlier.
I
didn't
did.
you? You said it.
I said it.
You said it.
I said it.
I heard you.
Yeah.
I want to repeat it, but I heard you.
Yeah, you said
Give me
it.
the first question. The first question is, what city is she originally from? She said it earlier in the conversation. Listen, the second question is kind of simple, too. The second question is kind of simple. Here's the second question. The second question is, what city did she serve in the political office in?
Okay.
You said it, didn't you?
I said it.
You got to be more careful. I heard it.
said it.
I heard it.
I said it.
Barbershop Talk Live World, you better pay attention to this conversation because I'm giving you something. Listen, the third question is kind of tricky. Third question is kind of tricky now. Now, you told me earlier there was a certain number. There was a certain number of those places that you overseas.
Right.
Barbershop Talk Live World, I want you to just give me 6 of those counties.
All right.
Just give me 6 of those counties.
Okay.
Guess what I got? I got a gift card and I got a blood pressure monitor. This also goes back to the health care.
Yes.
Take care of yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Regular blood pressure monitors.
And a lot of people don't have access to that.
Right.
That's the problem.
And guess what I'm
They
doing?
don't know they have high
They don't
blood
know
pressure.
that.
Yeah.
They don't know that. And guess what I'm doing? I'm giving it to them free.
Hey.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. Just give me the answer to those questions. The first question is, what city is she originally from? The second question is, what city did she a political career in? The third question is so simple. You better get this right. Give me 6 of those counties. Give me 6 of those counties that she is representing.
All right.
Can you listen? I need one person to give me all those answers.
Let's go.
Give me one of all those answers. If you get those questions correct, what? I see somebody say preach.
Ah.
Somebody say preach.
Oh, that's DJ. Oh, that's DJ.
All right, look at that.
Yeah.
Barbershop Talk. Look.
He wrote a song. I have a campaign song. He wrote a campaign
He wrote the
song
song?
for me. It is dope.
He wrote the song?
He wrote the song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
dope.
right. All right. And what's the name of the song?
Stand up.
Stand
up for the people.
Stand up for the people.
Yeah.
Okay. We gonna, now I know you already know the verses, so you want to give me the verses before we get out of here?
No.
Don't do it. Don't.
Come on.
we got-
Jefferson,
uh-oh.
Bullock,
Okay,
Jenkins,
okay,
Columbia,
okay.
Richmond, Burt.
All right.
You
okay,
go, Karen Gordon.
Karen, you need to give me the first.
Yeah.
Give me the first answer, Karen. Karen,
That's
give me
all right.
Karen, what city is she originally from? Come on, Karen. You getting close. Give it to me, Karen.
Hey, Ellie.
Give it to me, Karen.
Oh.
Tune in late. Got to be more careful. Barbershop Talk Live starts at 6 o'clock. So listen, maybe you know the second question. If you know the second
She
question.
knows the second one.
She know the second
Yeah,
question?
she will.
Second question is, what's the second question? What town was you in your political career in?
Yeah, where did I serve as a council member?
Where? Come on, Karen. Come
She
on,
knows
Karen.
that. She knows that one.
I'm trying to get you halfway, Karen. Maybe I'll get you a piece of chicken or something.
She knows that one. I know she does.
Barbershop Talk Live. Listen, in a few weeks, guess what's going to happen in a few weeks?
What's happening?
Karen Gordon will be in this hot seat.
Ha! Come on, girl.
Karen Gordon will be in this hot seat on Barbershop
Yeah,
Talk Live.
she's
So
good-
Barbershop
she's
Talk
good
Live.
people.
Get yourself ready. Get your questions ready because, again, Karen Gordon has been known all over this city for many,
Yeah,
many years.
she's good people.
Great person to be
Yeah.
around. Great family to be around.
Yeah.
Her brother's exceptional.
Yeah.
It's good people.
I've never met her brother. I just know her.
Well, that's enough.
It's always pleasant.
If you know her, you know her brother.
Yeah.
So remember, she'd be in the hot seat. So listen, Barbershop Talk Live World again. If you didn't have a good time in this conversation, as I said before, We did.
I had a great time.
We good.
We good.
We good. Now, again, how can they follow you? Is one more time for the person that just joined in, because Karen just joined in. How can they follow you?
Ceretta4Georgia.com is the website, and the word "for" in Georgia are spelled out.
Okay.
I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and Threads. So you can find me on all those platforms at Ceretta4Georgia. And yeah, that's it.
That's it. Now, if you don't mind, you've been who you are. You're a woman of faith. You have. I mean, you've been battle tested. You've been tried and true. Do you mind if you pray us out of here?
Oh no, not at all.
You don't mind to pray us out of here? I don't mind at all. Okay, Barbershop Talk Live World. Please, man, please, sir, tune in next week. Barbershop Talk Live. We have another special guest in this hot seat. So listen, if you want to be a guest on Barbershop Talk Live, just inbox me. You want to be a sponsor of Barbershop Talk Live, do the same thing by just inbox me. If you have any products, any service, any programs that you want to advertise on Barbershop Talk Live, we'll be glad to do it. We have a sponsorship package ready for you. So keep following Barbershop Talk Live each and every Wednesday live here on Facebook, because, again, the people want to know.
That's right.
The people want to know what's going on. They want to know.
They want to know.
And we are informed, and we are tasked to let them know what's going on.
That's right.
So without further ado, we want to see you next week. So tune in Barbershop Talk Live next week. On behalf of our people behind the scene, the folks that put this thing together, make me look good, make us look good. Thank you, fellas. And listen, pray us out here, Miss Smith.
God, we just thank you. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to speak truth, God, to show your light, Father, to shine your light upon the issues that are going on across our country and in our world and right here in our city, Father. And we thank you that you would just continue to bless, God, this podcast, this man, God, these people that are behind the scenes working, Father, that it will be a safe space, God, that it will be a place where people can come and be motivated, encouraged, inspired, but most importantly, hear the truth, because you say it's the truth that you know that will make you free, and whom the Son is set free is free indeed. And we thank you, God, that you made us free. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Listen, we'll see you next week. Barbershop Talk Live. We out of here.
And now, we're live. Yes, live from James Place. And we're talking
Barbershop Talk.
Yes, Barbershop Talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table.
Barbershop Talk.
Come on, everybody. We're here at James Place.
Barbershop.
We're talking Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
At James Place.
Barbershop Talk. Where nothing's off limits.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
At James Place. Barbershop Talk.
Everything's on the table.